Hello my friend, this right here is an acoustic shield. What it aims to do is cut down on the resonance and the echo of your room. Now if you're in a home studio, that's particularly useful because chances are you've got little or even no acoustic treatment. But do they actually make enough difference to warrant you spending your hard-earned money on one? Let's dive in and find out. First off, a big thanks to the guys over at CAD Audio for sending in this acoustic shield. The really nice thing about this acoustic shield, if I spin it around, is that it has this really nice walnut veneer on the back. Looks really nice in your home studio. Now the thing with these acoustic shields is that they do add a little bit of weight to a typical mic stand, and they do kind of throw it out of balance a little bit. So you certainly don't want to be setting up an acoustic shield on one of those flimsy, cheap Amazon kind of mic stands. You want to get yourself a decent weighted metal mic stand that's going to support the acoustic shield and of course the microphone. Now if I just unscrew this mic here, you can see these mic shields are really easy to set up. It simply just screws onto a typical mic stand. And then on the back, you can adjust the height of the acoustic shield up and down to suit the microphone. Then you can screw the mic back on and just adjust it on this L fitting to get it in the position that you want. So very easy to set one of these shields up. Of course, this video is about how much difference do they actually make. Now, this room is fairly dry. There's definitely still some resonance. There's not an awful lot of acoustic treatment in this room. I've got some fiberglass panels at the back and a couple of foam bass traps. But other than that, it's mostly these wood panels. So there is a little bit of resonance going on, but not as much as you'd find in a room that has windows. So after we've done a bit of testing in here, I'm going to take this setup around a couple of other rooms in the house to see how it deals with the resonance. Okay, so now we've got this microphone plugged in. This is a CAD Audio GXL2200 condenser microphone. So it accepts from the front whilst rejecting from the rear. This side I've got a brick wall, which I'd say is a good 2 meters away from distance. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I've got wooden slats all on this side. And I've got a few bits and pieces of cushions and soft furnishings. I have some pretty thick carpet below the microphone, but there's no professional acoustic treatment anywhere nearby. I think you can hear there is some resonance to this room, but it doesn't sound too bad. So now as you can see, I've got the CAD Audio AS50 acoustic shield set up behind the same condenser microphone. And I can hear talking into it that it's definitely helped to cut down some of the resonance. Now, it might seem pretty subtle, the difference between the two, but it's when you start processing the sound and invariably adding some compression that you'll raise the level of the room noise, and that's when the echo and resonance can become problematic. Okay, so let's take this setup now. I'm going to put it into a typical bedroom environment. It's quite a sparse bedroom. It's got one kind of shiny fronted wardrobe and quite a large window. So again, let's go and check out what a difference this shield can make. Just interrupting this video for a moment to let you know about a free course I've got for you that's going to help you to get your music to stand out on sites like Spotify. ProMix Method is going to teach you in language that you can understand how to build a professional and effective foundation to your mix. Check out the course for free below this video. Okay, so here we are in a typical bedroom. As I mentioned, we've got a window in this room, quite a large one on that wall. I've also got a couple of mirrors there and there. Also behind me, this quite reflective wardrobe. Now, this is an environment that a lot of people are going to find themselves in when they're home recording, especially when you start out home recording, or perhaps you're doing some remote recording and you're recording in a room which has a fair amount of echo and undesirable resonance. You know, that's when using an acoustic shield can be really handy. You know, it's not particularly big, really easy just to put in the boot of your car. Now, I know you'll definitely be hearing some room resonance now because I've recorded in this room previously when I was doing a test for a portable vocal booth, and I know that the echo in this room is far from ideal. So let's get the acoustic shield on and see what a difference it can make. And as if by magic, the acoustic shield appears. Now I can hear straight away in this room what a difference this has made. Apologies if you're getting any plosives on this video. I've left the windshield upstairs, so I'm trying to just talk a little bit off axis. But I can definitely hear that everything sounds substantially more dry than it did previously. And whilst you listen to what that sounds like, I'm just going to talk about this rather lovely walnut veneer that's on the back of this acoustic shield. So many of these shields kind of look a bit naff and plasticky. This is one of the very few that I've seen that have a finish like this, and I think it's worth just shelling out that little bit extra for something that really does look the business. Okay, so that was the room test. Now let's take this setup to the ultimate test and check it out in a bathroom. Okay, so this time I've remembered the windshield, but now if I was recording an audiobook, doing some narration or a podcast, I've got the mic in what could only be described as an absolute nightmare of a situation. The bathroom's got reflections aplenty. We've got tiles wall to ceiling, shiny surfaces, and of course a mirror behind me. And I'm sure you can hear that the sound has more than just a touch of echo. So let's attach the acoustic shield to the microphone and see just how much difference it can make in this incredibly challenging environment. Now, this is a bit of a bonkers experiment because there's no way this acoustic shield can mitigate all of the resonance and echoes that are flying around this room right now. But I was kind of interested to hear just how much of a difference using a little acoustic shield like this can make in what is frankly about the worst place that you could choose to record some spoken word. How do you think that the acoustic shield has fared in these 3 tests? Do you think it's worth getting one? Let me know in the comments box below. So there you go, acoustic shields. If you want to cut down on the room resonance, if you want less echo in your vocal recordings, in your spoken word recordings, then this is a portable and inexpensive solution. Once again, a big thanks to the guys over at CAD Audio for sending in this rather handsome AS50 acoustic shield, and a shout out to the CAD Audio GXL2200, equally handsome budget condenser microphone. If you enjoyed the video today, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the Real Home Studio YouTube channel. And just below this video, don't forget about that free Pro Mix Method course that's going to help your music to stand out on Spotify and teach you how to build a professional foundation to your mixes. And if you enjoyed this video today about this, you definitely want to check out the video about this vocal booth.